everyone. How are you? It's Wednesday, which it is Goldberg Day, and we have a new episode tonight. So for those of you who who want something to do, tune into the Goldbergs. We have a really cool episode. We have John Oates actually featured in our episode, and later today, follow the Goldberg ABC Instagram account because I'm going to be going live with John Oates to talk to him at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. But before we do that, welcome back to the Hayley Orrantia Show, where I bring on different friends of mine to interview them about their professional and their personal lives and how they've been affected by quarantine. And I have a very special guest today that I'm so excited is coming on. It's Shannon Beveridge. Let me see if I can find her in this ether of Instagram. Is she here? Where are you, Shannon? I cannot find you. Wow, there's a lot of you on here, which thanks so much. Thanks for tuning in again. Try to think of what else I can talk to you about as I'm scrolling to find our lovely friend here. Oh, here she is. Maybe. It's waiting. It's loading. It's connecting. Carrie said it's Queens. Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
Is it working?
It's working. You look great, kid. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm surviving.
Surviving the best that we can. My computer is like glitching behind me. Okay. Anyway, hi.
Hi. Yesterday was tough for me. I was so tired that I couldn't function properly. I don't know about you, but
No, I feel like every day is a hit or miss. You just don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's been
My
a
mood
weird
is changing all the time.
I know. I feel more emotional now than I ever have before. Hormonal or something. I'm just crying one second and the next second I'm dancing in the living room.
Yeah, I can relate.
But before we dive into everything, we are both from Dallas, for those of you who don't know. But we actually didn't meet in Dallas.
No,
and I don't know if
sad.
you remember this story specifically, but I will paint a picture for you.
Mm-hmm.
So we were in LA and we have a mutual friend and you guys were about to go out, but you would come to the house and we were talking and just getting to know each other. And I remember you gave me a very specific look that I before y'all left, that I was she gave me that look of I know you from somewhere, but I don't know where. And lame me was oh, she maybe saw the Goldbergs or something. that. I guess that must be why. So then a week later or something, you came back over and you go, I know where I know you from.
Oh my gosh. It's so weird.
It's so weird. So did you live in Castle Hills, or is your dad just worked for Castle Hills?
My dad had a company in the neighborhood and I lived there when I was really young. So, but yeah.
Well, first of all, for those of you who don't know, Castle Hills is this stunning neighborhood in Dallas that I shot a movie at. It's called Cooper and the Castle Hills Gang. And it was
random.
So random. And you said that you had recognized my face from your dad's screensaver?
That movie used to play sometimes at my dad's business because he ran a tutoring. It was a test prep situation.
Yeah.
And so obviously when that movie came out, sometimes it would just be playing on the TVs in there because it was just oh yeah, the Castle Hills movie, and you could see his business in the movie. So it was just I don't know, it was so random, and you're just play the mean older sister.
That is the most random thing ever. And meanwhile we meet in LA, and that was just the wildest thing because not a lot of people on here probably even know what Cooper and the Castle Hills Gang is.
But you should definitely look it up.
It is a lovely movie.
It's a great film.
Yes, we're on an adventure. But also, I think we have another mutual friend in common. My mom's really good friend, Jan Mead. Her daughter went to school with you. Do you know Taylor Mead?
Taylor was my backdoor neighbor at my first house I ever lived in Castle Hills. Or not in Castle Hills, in my first neighborhood in Texas. And she lived right behind me.
That's so crazy. And we did not meet through any of those people. We met through a completely different situation. But that's how the
world is too small. It's too creepy. And I think my mom took a picture with you before I met you. Really? At the God is Not Dead situation.
No, she did not go to that.
Yeah, with Jan Mead.
What?
Yeah, we were destined to be friends. It was going to happen at some
It
point.
was meant to happen. That's so random. I love stuff like that though, because
I do too.
it's so cool. I wanted to ask you, because for people who maybe don't know, which I don't know why you guys don't, but if you don't follow Shannon, you need to. You started a YouTube channel, I think before you moved to LA. You were in college,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I started in like 2014-ish.
Okay, yeah. And it's called Now This Is Living, or titled, with the count.
Title.
How would you titled? So can you kind of give everybody a quick breakdown on like how you started that and why?
Yeah, for sure. Well, we're from Dallas, obviously. I when I was in high school realized that I was gay, but I was like, definitely don't want to come out. I never am gonna do that. I don't know. I was really scared. It's not really like, well, you would know, but it's not like the most welcoming of like anything different, especially like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So old. Anyway, and then I I was like, in an effort to not be gay, I went to the most conservative school I got into, which was OU in Oklahoma. I joined a sorority, and then like one semester into school, I was like, oh shit, like I guess I'm not in control of this, and now I'm also surrounded with like thousands of very beautiful women, unfortunately.
So in the best place you could be, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So then what happened was I just started I made a blog, and then it just organically turned into like making YouTube videos as I was coming out and like sharing my coming out experience in Oklahoma.
That's
Crazy.
So cool. Well, and like now you have this incredible platform where you're able to like share your story and make people feel comfortable and proud of who they are. And I've noticed just from knowing you in the last few years that you have had some incredible opportunities pop up because of this. So I wanted to ask you what your most memorable or your favorite experience has been since this whole journey started.
That's a great question. I mean, I went on a tour situation like in 2017, I think, maybe it was 2018. I don't know, time is flying. And that was really fun just because I was like on a bus tour and got to meet like all the people that like do follow me. And there's something really special about like putting a face to the number, because you can just like see your like log into your account and whatever, see how many people follow you, and you're like, cool, like that's a lot of people. But it's totally different experience when you're like face to face with them, and it like makes it all feel more real. So that was like definitely the most important thing I think I did to just like remind myself of why I do what I do in the first place. And then also I did an H&M campaign for Pride last year and got to be like on set with Laverne Cox and stuff, and that was a really scary experience. I kind of almost hated it.
Really? Why?
Because I hate being in front of a camera. Like my whole thing is like, I'm in control of everything. So like I'm setting up the camera. I'm looking at what everything is. So when you're like on a set and give someone else a camera and you're like, well, you don't know my angles. So
you don't know how to edit this properly. So just toss it my way. I'll fix it up for you.
Exactly.
That was such a cool thing, because that campaign was like, wasn't that like in Times Square, like showing?
Yeah, it was, and I never saw it.
In Times Square, you mean?
Yeah, I was in New York like 2 weeks after it went up, and I like it was really late at night, and I stayed in a hotel near Times Square. So I was like, let's just walk and like go look at it. And obviously Pride's in June, right? So it was like June 30th or something when I was in New York. I run over to H&M, and they that night switched over like the monitors to the 4th of July campaign. So
my God,
all these little kids in red, white, and blue, and I was like, okay, well,
great, cool,
that's good.
Missed that opportunity, but I feel like that's not going to be the last one, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. However, it is pretty dope. Very cool. I also was going to ask you, because I'm so curious. It seems so hard already to constantly be coming up with content when you do what you do. So while we're all stuck inside and not able to change our environment or be inspired by literally anything else whatsoever, like how difficult is it for you to like come up with new content?
Well, considering the fact I've made one YouTube video, it is very difficult.
In the month.
I've been making a lot of content that's more for like other people, which is more fun for me anyway, honestly. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's both like really hard because you're not really doing anything to like be going out and being inspired by things really. But like at the same time, I also feel the most focus that I ever have because there's just no distractions, and I have like really bad ADD. So I think like me being stuck in a situation has like almost been helpful for my, it's not like I'm not being necessarily more productive, but I feel like elements of more creativity. And like I made a whole post on Instagram how I feel like way more like a little kid for some reason. I don't know. It's like I have like a lot more imagination, and that's like handing itself to creativity. And now if I could just tap into productivity, it would be a perfect storm.
That
But
is
I'll
the
let you know.
hardest thing, because
Yeah.
like literally yesterday I stayed in PJs and like couldn't get off the couch. So I feel you.
It's hard.
But since you've been working on like projects for other people and other things, what's one thing you really want to do that maybe you haven't yet? Have you done a music video for someone yet? I thought you did.
I've done two. Yeah. I don't know. What do I want to do? I think I really would love to like direct a short film or something along those lines, or like I really want to make, like, everything I've made so far is, I want something more queer. Like I want to make something that's more intentionally like queer for a queer audience, because I think that like that's what the audience that I have like built in, and like my Instagram or my YouTube channel, like that's why they're there in the first place. So if I could make something really like oriented for them, that's what I would hope to do soon. I'm sure I will.
Yeah, totally. Now you have time to write a whole short film or more.
So
get on it. I was gonna ask you, you're from Dallas, obviously, as we talked about, but you're not in Dallas right now, right?
No, I'm in Florida.
How hard has it been for you to stay away? Because I know in your last YouTube video you were talking about like I might drive home to Dallas and like see family. Like, was it difficult for you to decide to stay there? Because I know you're very close with them.
Well, yes and no, because I'm like in just like a beautiful environment that makes it like easier to stay. And it's actually funny, I was thinking about this while I was getting ready today. Like I was just like, it's so strange that I've been in not my own home for so long, or like my own space. And I'm like, I feel like a lot of people would be going crazy in that situation. But I think it's like a product of being like from divorced parents, that just like the idea of like not having all of your stuff doesn't really like, I don't have anxiety about it. It's just like, and now I'm here, and then maybe I'll be somewhere else tomorrow. Like, I don't know, like I'm very nomadic, I guess. And just like flexible. So I think it's just cool. And it's cool to like have this experience in a place that's not my own, so that I can like feel, I think it is helping me feel more creative than like if I was at my home, like in Dallas with my mom. I think it would be way easier for me to just get into like a rut of like, you know how you feel when you've been at home for Christmas for 2 weeks and you're like, why did I do a 2-week trip? I definitely could have done like the week-long trip. That's what I feel like would be happening to me now if I was in Texas.
Yeah, my parents have been hitting me up like whenever the lockdown had already happened in LA. My parents, or my mom specifically, there was an article that came out where the governor or the mayor was saying that we need to possibly be in here for like several months. And my mom went into a panic and called me, was like, get in the car, come home. Like, was so serious. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, because I am someone who like, I'm so glad I do have my things here, just because like if I decide like, oh, I just want to start a craft, like I have all my crafts, or like, you know, otherwise I'd be
in your
just
space.
like,
Whoa, sorry.
Goodbye. No, I'd be watching like paint dry, I feel like, which I love my parents. It's nothing against them, but it is like, you know, you get into a rhythm with stuff. So I feel you. I wanted to ask what one thing really helps you combat boredom. I know you mentioned that you can't do coloring books, which I think is hilarious.
I really cannot do coloring books. I get so much anxiety. I'm like, oh, that was a terrible color. Like, why did I pick that color to go next to that color? And then if I like go out of the lines this much, I'm like,
it's really kick yourself for it.
It's just, I think it's just, I have a bit of like OCD and ADD. And so together I'm like, no, this is too bad. I don't know. It's actually been really weird too. Usually in my like day-to-day life, like when I'm in LA, I watch a lot more like TV and like movies and stuff. And I would say I almost have like less screen time in this quarantine than usual, which is good for me. So everyone keeps asking me this question, and I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah, what have you been doing every day?
Like, I don't know. I got one of these really weird, I don't even know what it's called. I went to the store to get a paint by numbers because that gives me less anxiety than the coloring.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
you
have to
know
pick
what
a
color
color.
it's going to be.
Yeah. And when I went, they were out of them. So I found this really weird, it's like this thing where you like bejewel, I don't even know what it is. It's like little crystals and you like do them, you line them up. I've been doing that, but it takes so long.
Yeah. That's
Kind of over that. I've been trying to work out. I feel like I'm doing all the things everyone's trying to do, and I'm just like, but I've been creating some stuff. I'm working with this artist, Joy Oladoke. I cannot say her last name. I think Oladokun. She's so cool. She lives in Nashville, and she is working on a project right now, and I'm helping her do visuals for it. So that's been nice to like have something to like create and have to think about. And it's really cool because she's like a queer Black artist, and it's just been kind of like pushing my like, it's making me realize the lack of content that is there for that community of people and that like type of I'm like, it's stressful because I'm like, I want to do justice to this because it doesn't exist enough, right?
Yeah.
But not stressful. It's just good. It's like a challenge.
Yeah,
so
it's a lot of pressure because you want to make sure that you do it right, especially if there isn't a lot. Yeah, that's super cool though.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Did you have any like projects or things that you had to postpone or cancel because of, I mean, many people did, so I'm assuming you did too.
Yeah, I was excited. I was supposed to go to Washington State University. I'm pretty sure that's the right school in Seattle to do like I'm not very organized. But to do a talk for Glisten and like talk to their school, that got canceled. That got canceled really early. I think that was one of the things that like it was supposed to be, I think, end of April. And when that got canceled at like the beginning of March, it was like one of the first things that happened. And I was like, I feel like this is kind of going to be a big deal. You know how like at the beginning it was a slow roll. It was like, maybe this is bad. Wait, this seems bad. This is really bad. Like that happened so early on that I was like, wow, why are they canceling that so in advance? I was like, I guess this is going to be bad. And at the time I was in New York, and that was like also part of the reason why I was like, I need to get out of New York. I think 3 days after I left New York, it was like determined that it was like the epicenter of the virus. And I was like, I'm so glad I'm not there.
Well, can you imagine like New York too, because everything is just so small, so tight knit. It's like, I feel like if you were stuck there in a place that are you all right over there?
Right.
If you were stuck there in like an Airbnb or a place that maybe you weren't familiar with, and it's like, 100 feet.
Much more stressful.
I would lose it. So bless those people who are having to do it because that's tough.
I was really quickly, I was just laughing so hard because I saw this thing like right when all this went bad in New York. I was like staying in an area near Soho, and someone tweeted about like some news publication tweeted and was like, Soho stores are boarding up. The like designer stores are boarding up their doors. Gucci and Prada and even Coach. And I was like, even Coach? Like that's the shadiest. Why did you have to say and even? Like as if people wouldn't rob Coach. They're like, even Coach. Anyway, I thought that was
I guess they're on the lower end.
Yeah, I guess apparently. But yeah,
high end?
That would have been really creepy because it was near where I was staying. So the idea of like things just being boarded up, I feel like is like, I don't know.
That's terrifying. Are they doing that because they assume that people are going to lose their minds and start looting and stuff?
I think it was probably for like a robbing situation, but
yeah. Which I'm curious how many things have actually happened like that, because I feel like I haven't heard much. Granted,
I know. I mean, crime's supposedly at an all-time low. Supposedly.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But
maybe fact check me, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't even know
actually, it's at an all-time high.
Yeah, right.
Watching the news.
I'm like watching the news and just going back and forth between CNN and Fox News and just watching them just only talk like about politics. And I'm like, how is it possible? Like only like in this time, how can you find a way to just be talking about politics? Like,
how can you spin it to make it like about the election, which I guess at any point you can, but it's very annoying. That's why I haven't really been, it sounds so lame, and I know many people are going to think I'm ignorant for saying this, but I just don't watch the news because I don't believe that the platforms are being unbiased. And so I straight up just get like, whenever, on social media, like if there's something that I really need to know about, I feel like it's going to pop up in my situation.
Yeah, totally. I literally just go back and forth. Like I won't watch CNN if I don't also watch Fox, or I try not to, just try listening to everything that I already think. you know? So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I need to be realizing that half the world is getting completely different information. So
Yeah, and you got to keep it balanced, you know, if you've got, it's too hard to determine who's
totally.
being honest, really. Okay, let's ask some fun questions for a
Let's
second.
do it.
Let's see. Have you been ordering a lot more delivery or have you been cooking more? And if you have been cooking, what are you making?
I have been cooking a lot. I have not been really ordering. I think I've only ordered in food like 3 times since the quarantine started, which is
Impressive.
crazy because I'm like queen of Postmates usually. But last night, I'm seeing people comment in the thing. Last night I burned my hand really badly
Yeah,
cooking.
what the hell happened?
Ugh, so dumb. I was cooking a steak and it was like I put it on the to cook the steak. I don't know the recipe I looked up. It was like put the pan in the oven beforehand and then take it out of the oven and then put it on. So anyway, I had it in the oven. I took it out. I put it on the burner and then I put the steak in it. And then I turned around. I was like talking to Eros about something. And then I turned back around and I realized that the like skillet wasn't in the middle of the burner. It was a little bit to the right.
Yeah.
And just without thinking, just grabbed the handle and fully moved it. And then obviously in the middle of that was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I looked down at my hand and it was like white. Like you can see like right here and right here. It was so bad. So when I looked at it, I was like, I think I was almost more scared than I was even hurting at one point because I was just like, I cannot go to the doctor right now for something so stupid. Like, and it's my own human error. So I was very annoyed. But that's my first cooking casualty. Otherwise, I've been doing pretty well. I think I've cooked a lot of random stuff like, and I'm with someone who's gluten-free and I'm with someone who has a garlic and onion allergy. So it's been a really crazy.
Sucks.
It's so hard, but also it's crazy because like when you're cooking yourself, I'm like, it's actually also not that hard, like to just leave those things out. But
I know, but it feels like it is when you aren't naturally having to do that. I had to do a diet like in the past year where I did gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, caffeine-free. It was the actual worst.
I hate that diet. What were you eating? What did you consume?
It's called, honestly, I was just eating like meat and straight vegetables, like not much on it, like pretty clean. And I lost a lot of weight, but that's not why I did it. I did it because that was just like a happy plus. No, but it was a thing called the Candida diet. It's a long story, but essentially it was the worst. I don't recommend it unless you have to do it.
Yeah, I don't plan on doing it.
What are you leaning your phone against?
It's on my computer. And I don't know why every once in a while it just slips off. Sorry.
No, it's fine. What was I going to say? Cooking, you burned yourself. Oh, I was having the same fear because I don't know if you saw this, but Greg and I do this thing where we like dance in the living room whenever we're feeling like super stressed. Like we'll straight up just put on something ridiculous and just like do a mini dance party and then be like, oh, feel better. And then we move on.
You guys are so cute.
Well, we did that and I did some stupid move.
I did see this. I did see that.
My ankle still hurts. Like I'm able to move on it now, but I swear to God, I thought I was going to have to go to the ER because I broke it.
It hurt me so badly to watch that video. And also it reminded me, have you seen Britney Spears put the video of her breaking her ankle on her Instagram? I literally watched your video and had like PTSD from that video. Like, no.
Like it's so, oh my God, just seeing it happen. It's like one of those clips from like America's Home videos or whatever. Where you're like, oh, like,
yeah, it doesn't feel good to see.
But the fear of not wanting to like, I already just try not to leave the house in general, but like the idea of going into, having to go to a hospital and just add to the problem is not cool. So I feel
for something so dumb.
Yeah, they're like, what did you do? Oh, I was dancing in the living room. So I know you're busy with all these patients, but you know.
But I'm important.
Yeah. I was going to ask if you've learned anything new while you're in quarantine, like at all.
Like anything at all.
Anything at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I have. I have been learning recipes and how to cook, although clearly failing. That was the second time I made the steak, so I was like, I got this. I know what to do this time. What have I been doing? I've been reading this book, 101 Essays to Change the Way You Think. I've been reading it for like months now, just because it's like it's a bunch of essays.
a lot
So
of
I have, like, it's 101. So I only read one or two like every once in a while. But I've been learning like a lot through reading that. It's very insightful. I recommend you get it if you
I will
need it.
I've been trying to read up on better books or like self-help books because
I can't read self-help. I can't really read somehow. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm like, get so bored. I'm like, okay. But for some reason, because this is so like just like short snippets, like I can just be like, okay, I'll read 2 of these, and they're just like really deep, and like there's things in there that are like the purpose of like doing nothing, which I read like 2 days into the quarantine, which I was just like, oh, crazy that this is like so spot on for what I need right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been learning a lot through that. Other than that, not really learned that
I
much.
know that you asked if you should join Twitch on your video.
I did, yeah.
What I did
didn't do
that
it,
recently. But I did it because I've been playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, you're a gamer. You're a hardcore gamer.
It's ridiculous. I can't even begin to tell you how many hours I have spent playing this stupid game.
And I bet you're really good.
I am. I'm not gonna lie. I just recently learned how to use a shotgun, which people think would be really easy, but it's not. So,
okay.
You know,
I would love to come watch your Twitch. So
I was gonna ask so Twitch though isn't just because I'm still learning Twitch. That's something that I've learned.
It's confusing.
Yeah, like so you can go on there and like also do performances or like what?
You could go on there technically, I think, and do literally nothing. So like you could just sit and be doing nothing. I just like couldn't figure out how the only live stream things I've done before, so like anyone could do it, like Instagram or there was like an app called You Now a long time ago. And it was just like very simple. So you just like go on and whatever. Whereas like Twitch, you had to like download like an interface and then like go on live through that. And I was just like, and people have to pay for like the subscription. I just was really confused. I was like,
it took me so long. It's very confusing.
Plus, like when I go live by myself, I turn it on and then I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like, I don't know. I don't have nothing to say. I have nothing to do right now. So you need like to be with other people or something.
Yeah, you definitely have to like pre-plan a situation, which at least for me, it's just people watching me on Call of Duty just like spinning in circles. It's just like, what's happening?
I'm going to watch the next one.
So what is your like current favorite binge TV show or movie that maybe you could recommend?
Watched Too Hot to Handle. Terrible.
Yes. You guys were calling me because you thought that I dated one of the guys.
Yes, I'm the one who said it. I was like, tell me that's not the guy that Hayley talked to. But I never saw what he looked like, so in my defense.
Thank God, because you sent me that and I started thinking like, no, I didn't go on a date with that guy. Like now I was questioning myself.
Like,
I was
maybe
like, did I? No, thank God.
Yeah, that shit was so bad.
It was so bad. It's like, I don't know about you, but there were a couple people in there that I literally just wanted to reach to the screen and just like slap them in the face. Like they made me so bad.
It's just like, it was too bad, but it was like the perfect thing to just like not think about anything for a minute. But I much prefer like a Love Island situation over that, which I felt like they ripped Love Island. You ever watched it? You have to watch it.
Is it that good?
It's so good, but I just don't know if I have like 56 episodes in me right now.
Is that how many there are?
It's filmed like every day. They put out a new episode when it's on. They put out a new episode every day. It's insane.
Wait, hold on.
I don't know. And it's really like really, really well done, like well edited. Like it's crazy. Whoever's in charge of editing that show is a psychopath.
Wait, is it the same cast with it every day? Like
it changes, like people come in. It's very similar to like how that show was like, oh, now you're out, and because people like have to keep recoupling. It's like Bachelor meets Love Island with British accents and like a daily episode. So and maybe even a little bit of Big Brother vibes because of that.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. I need to try that one. And then everyone was obsessing over Love Is Blind, which I haven't watched yet.
I can't get into that.
Okay.
Some of these shows are also just too straight for me personally. I'm just like, I don't care about that. It's like, it's too heteronormative. I need a little bit of something.
Like on Too Hot to Handle, I'm like, we almost like got into like a bi situation and then we did it.
No, I know. I was like, I think Hayley just doesn't know that she's a full-blown lesbian. Everything she was doing is like what I did when I was like in high school and had crushes on my friends. I'm like, do you want to make them jealous? Maybe we should kiss. Me and you kiss and then they'll get mad. Like that was like,
She wants to go there, but she didn't really have anyone to go there with, unfortunately.
And then as soon as Francesca likes Harry again, she's like, "The show is stupid. I don't like anyone. I don't want to be here. Bye."
I know. And it's so entertaining. But there does need to be a freaking show like that. Also, have you watched The Circle?
I haven't. I've watched like an episode of it one time, but never got into it.
On the topic of reality shows, people who are representing the LGBTQ community, and also from Dallas, there's a guy named Chris who we need to be best friends with.
No way, on the show?
He is the best person. You need to watch it. It's super entertaining. I mean, it's not like it's kind of like a dating thing, but it's not really dating.
It's like being the best on social media or something.
Yeah, and it's like you can present yourself as you are, or you can catfish in order to gain popularity and then like possibly win the prize money. But anyway, that guy, I've literally thought about this dude so many times because I'm like, we just need to find a group of people to be friends with him because he's the greatest person.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, but I also was talking to someone the other day. I don't know if you watched the Bachelor series.
I'm guilty of watching that every once in a while.
Okay. I am so ready for there to be a queer Bachelor. I don't know why this has taken so long.
Well, there was that another network made a gay Bachelor, but it didn't go well. I don't remember what happened with that. The problem is, I get why there's not one, because the people are just going to fall in love in the house. You know what I mean? Because you're just going to be with a bunch of people that they're also attracted to in the house.
That's true.
So it has to be its own complete different kind of show and different kind of dynamic.
So interesting though, because then they could be like, I know I'm here for insert Bachelor or Bachelorette here, but I fell for
there needs to be a gay Love Island. I know you haven't seen the show, but that setup of a show would work because it's supposed to be like you are like switching around from like person to person.
Yeah.
Like people will date multiple people on the show. So like that would work. And that would be so good. The Bachelor also just needs to figure out how to have any diversity at all. Anything, even a little bit.
They do
it. There's never even been anyone plus sized on The Bachelor, I swear.
That's a good point.
So the show is trash for
the show is trash. Well, I will say I'm very excited because The Bachelor has the new series Listen to Your Heart, which involves music. I don't know if you guys tried watching that yet.
Yeah, I know. My friend is on it.
Mine too.
Which one's your friend?
Rudy.
My friend's Danny.
Danny. Wait, I'm trying to remember which one Danny is.
Danny Padilla. He does like a bunch of he does like impersonations and stuff on. I mean, he's also has a really great voice, but he's like goes viral all the time on Instagram and YouTube for doing like impersonations of people and singing songs.
Yeah.
But I've only watched the first episode.
Me too. I need to catch up. There was one on Monday, but it's so funny because they kind of painted Rudy to be this crazy person, and I'm like, this chick is the best. Yeah, and I'm like, I've known her since middle school, and like she's dope, and she sings her ass off. So, you know, awesome. Anyone who needs to watch, just know like producers do what they do, but she's fantastic. Oh, and Danny too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to tune into that. Anyway, you told us what book you're reading. Actually, you know what? Let's take some questions from people here on the app because I know.
Oh my gosh, I try to read the like chat the whole time, but then I just read something funny and then I'll smile and I'm like, this doesn't match up with what's going on.
Yes.
So I have to stop looking.
It's a lot. It's like constantly coming in, but there's a question app. Let me see. Oh, here we go. What keeps you motivated during this time?
I have to get my head up here.
I know. I'll erase it after because it's like where'd you go? All right. What keeps you motivated during this time?
I don't know. I'm really just trying to have like gratitude and perspective on things, and that alone is like, you know, keeping me motivated. I just don't feel like I have any right to complain or be, I don't know. So those two things are definitely, and also just knowing that they're like a lot of people, first of all, in like way worse spots, but also just people who like need someone to stay positive, you know? Like I feel like a lot of my followers, I tried to do that just in general, like even when life is not on fire. So that's definitely motivating just to keep like pumping out some positivity if I can.
We can. Yeah. Right. The days that we can. Someone wants to know where you get your hoodies from.
Oh, nice. Well, funny story. I was not supposed to be in Florida, obviously. I mean, coronavirus was not supposed to be happening. I wasn't supposed to be in Florida. I left LA February like 20th, and I went to Dallas. So I packed a suitcase for Dallas because I was in a wedding. So I went to Dallas. I was there. And then my sister graduated from Columbia. Snaps for Casey. She's amazing. So then me and my family, my mom and dad, we flew to New York to celebrate her, like, whatever. So I had packed a bag for Dallas and New York.
Oh my God.
And then everything happened. I don't even have a swimsuit with me. And I was like, okay, well, I think I should go somewhere else. So I ended up going to Florida, right? So I didn't pack a single hoodie. So I've been buying them. I bought this one is just like Hanes from Amazon.
Perfect.
And then I've just been borrowing. Like Carrie has some, and there's just some like from Eros' family that are in the house. So like it's slim pickings over here. Yeah. But my favorite sweatshirt hoodie that I have, but I don't have with me, is from Aritzia. They make great like oversized boyfriend. Why they have to be a boyfriend, I don't know, but yeah, I'm always wearing my boyfriend hoodie. It makes That's no perfect. Sense.
Hey, a Hanes Amazon purchase is pretty.
It's a classic.
It is. It's a classic. It's comfy as hell. Oh, that's an interesting question. I know how I feel about this, and I don't know if that's why they're asking this, but I'm going to ask you. How do you feel about the Goofy movie?
Like the classic, the OG
classic
Goofy movie?
OG Goofy movie with Max and Roxanne.
That's a magnificent film. That's modern art, and it will always be.
I am obsessed with that movie. Like,
you watch it, like, have you always been, or is this a new thing?
I love it. I have been trying to find someone, which one day maybe he will, Greg. I want to dress up as Max and Roxanne for Halloween for.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You have classic Halloween costumes.
Yes, it's the best holiday in the world. I've been so many things.
Yeah, you should definitely do that.
What's your favorite, while we're on that topic, what's your favorite Halloween costume you've ever done? Or are you like not really into dressing up?
No, I like to do funny costumes. So like I hate when I'm like at a party in LA and you're like, it feels
I'm
like
a slutty Pikachu. Literally,
it's the Mean Girl scene always. And just like I'm not super like hyper feminine or anything, like as far as whatever we think that word means. Like so I'm not like gonna be like, let me push up my boobs and like it just doesn't make sense. Yeah. So I think Halloween's almost like a stressful holiday for me because I'm like, how do I like fit into this but also have fun and not just be like stressed out?
Yes.
Last year I went like as a motocross person, which I thought was like I tried to like bridge the gap of like I tried to be like a hot lesbian. Okay.
You're like, I'm sexy, but I'm
a tomboy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I went for. I didn't mind that costume. It was okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. No, I've already been thinking about mine this year, which is ridiculous given that we don't know
my God.
Right. Okay, let's see. There are so many questions. People want to know where you're getting your hat from too.
It's that company 47. You can get it online, but I get them all in airports usually because I'll roll up to the airport and be like, my hair looks like trash. And they have them at like every airport in America.
Yeah. Well, it's people are loving your style. So whatever you're doing, just keep doing that.
I literally look terrible. They're like hoodie and hat. It's the only thing I can see. Where'd you get it?
Where'd you get it? Tell us.
You want to know where I got this lamp? I have no idea. It's not mine.
Do you miss photography?
Oh my gosh, how sweet. I actually was just editing pictures this morning. So I didn't have a digital body with me here. I only had film cameras, but then I bought a digital body, or I should say Eros bought a digital body because we were like, we could be like doing like fun photo shoots and stuff here. So
what is a digital body?
Okay. So like I only had film cameras, which is just so it's just like shoots film. I would have to send off the film. And now I have a digital body, which means just like a DSLR, like the digital cameras that you are used to.
I'm not cool enough to know what that means.
No. Yeah, you're just on a TV show with cameras in your face all day, but know nothing about them.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I did miss photography, and I will be posting more photos soon. But I do miss film stuff.
Yeah. No, we need to see more. I'm feeling that. Also, can we get more TikToks from Shannon?
Oh my gosh.
Because
you're killing it on TikTok.
Thank
show
you.
up on my For You page all the time, and I'm like, okay, that's my friend.
I'm doing it. No, I'm just winging it here, and I think I'm obsessed at this point. I don't know about you. It's unhealthy, the obsession.
No, I hit my peak. I feel like I'm flattening my TikTok curve at this point because it was like at an all-time high about 3 weeks ago, and then I've just kind of like slowly been like, this is not productive.
Yeah.
But and also like I don't know, I don't want to just be making. I feel like to do TikTok, like to be a TikToker, you have to be making videos like every day, and I just don't want to get ready every day even, or be like thinking of like, I don't know, it's hard. Like people make fun of TikTokers, but like it is like work to consistently think of stupid like short little videos.
Yeah. Well, and also to make them good. Like it's a whole
Some people
thing.
are really good. I love the TikToks that you can tell people are like taking out of the app and like editing on their computers and stuff and then putting into the app. Like I think that's really sick to like be that creative. And like the transition people, like
there's too many effects. I feel like an old woman. I'm like on this app and I'm like, what does this button do?
Yeah.
Oh my God. But who is it that I follow that she always cracks me up, but she cracked me up when she was on Vine too, is Brittany Ferlin.
Oh yeah, hilarious.
Her and Tommy Lee have been making like videos of them in quarantine together, and I live for it.
That is like the couple that makes most sense, I think, in the whole entire world.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I'm all about it.
I stand.
Okay, let's ask a few more from peeps here. So many similar questions. People think you're married.
Yeah.
Here we go. Who's a dream artist or celebrity that you want to work with?
That's a great question. Trying to think of like who comes to mind first, and I'm concerned that Timothy Chalamet is the first thing that came into my brain.
Thanks. No complaints.
Seems off brand. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna choke. Like, I love King Princess. I think she's really sick, but like her visuals and what she creates is, I don't think, on the same wavelength as me. Like, it's very kooky and crazy and cool. So I wouldn't want to collab with her just because I don't think I could do service to like the vision that she has. So I'm trying to think of another like maybe like a Troye Sivan.
Oh,
wouldn't mind collaborating with like a Fletcher.
There you go. Yeah. Oh my God. If the three of you, my heart would actually explode.
That would be a great collab.
I would freak out. I love him so much too. He's incredible.
So cute.
I know that you've been doing a ton of like playlists is it on Spotify specifically?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, someone wants to know if you're going to do a COVID playlist.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have a Now This Is Spring playlist, which is to me
a little more positive.
I mean, I feel like we all know that this spring and COVID-19 are like synonyms for each other at this point. So we're just all praying that summer and COVID-19 won't be synonyms for each other. But yeah, I'm going to stick to that name for my playlist. But
yeah,
you can definitely follow it.
What like got you started on doing playlists? Because you do them all the time.
I've been doing them since like 2016 maybe. Like I used to do a monthly playlist, and then it got to the point where like I could still do a monthly playlist, but it just got to the point where I was still listening to the songs I was listening to in January and February, and I was like, well, this is annoying. So then I just changed it from like, now I'm gonna try to do like seasons this year.
Yeah.
And then I also like collab with Herdwell, which I don't know if you know who they are, but they're like a cool situation because they license music from smaller artists, like more unknown artists, and like helps boost these like smaller artists. So I have like a playlist with them too that like is half music that's licensed by Herdwell and half like just unlicensed music. So it's like another way to like challenge myself to like find new artists.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Someone just commented, Now This Is COVID. Like,
perfect.
As a playlist. I'm sorry. Okay, continue.
Now this is quarantining.
Yes. All right, let's ask two more questions from the peeps. All right. And then I know I will let you go enjoy your downtime. There's so many interesting questions I wish you could see here. Uh,
I can see
wait,
some of them, but I think you can see more.
yeah, let's see. How about when are you making your next video?
Nice. I have a video that is like set up, but just not finished yet. So it's just a matter of I'm doing that. There will be a new video hopefully next week. And then I'm creating a video right now, a second video for Joy, the artist I was talking about before. So that'll be coming out next week too. So hopefully those two things.
And this is like kind of a fun little, what's the word I'm looking for? Like camera video friendly question. My brain just died. What's your favorite lens that you use?
Oh, nice. I usually shoot on a Sigma 35mm 1.4 art lens, which is just not going to be interesting to anyone but people who care about that.
That's all right. To me, that sounded like, but,
Yeah.
but I respect it.
Yeah.
Okay, and I always like to end these things with a question that I feel like anyone can look forward to. What is something that you miss that the second the quarantine's done, you are gonna do when you get out of here?
You know, this time has taught me that I had prioritized things that I actually don't care as much about as I thought I did. Like especially like things like going out and going to bars and stuff. Like I thought that was like such a like part of my social like experience in life. And now that all this is happening, I'm like, I don't miss that at all. Like if anything I want to have just like a fucking badass dinner party with like my best friends. And
Oh, you froze. You said badass dinner party with my friends and then you froze. Can you hear me?
oh, perfect. And drink wine and play games.
Oh, perfect. That's perfect. I mean, I feel like we've all kind of been doing that to some degree anyway, but doing it in person, like getting to just be with the people that we love and like spending time with them is going to be such a nice recharge when this is over.
Like give a hug or two.
Right?
That could be nice.
I normally end on that question, but I actually wanted to ask you this because I feel like you do a great job on your videos of communicating how you're feeling, just emotionally where you're at, and like allowing people to not only receive that, but then be comfortable to express how they're feeling. So for those of us who are very empathetic and feeling a lot of emotions while in quarantine and seeing what's happening in the world, what kind of advice can you give to those people who maybe are like struggling day to day to get past mentally what's going on?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's important just to like understand that this is like a super overwhelming time, like no matter who you are, even if you're someone who doesn't typically like struggle from anxiety, if you're struggling with anxiety now, like I think the best thing that you can do is just allow yourself to have those feelings and not be like constantly being like, why am I feeling this way? Because so much of what's going on right now is like out of our control. And I think if you can accept that you're just going to feel some bad feelings, it makes it easier to like also feel good feelings. But yeah, I just think just not trying to like stifle every bad emotion right now is the best thing you can do, because it's just not possible. And someone like me, I like tend to like try to be like, well, I don't deserve to feel bad, but like that's actually not the case. And we all, no matter what you're going through, if you're healthy and you have your job, whatever, you're still experiencing like a loss right now of like, even if it's just like the loss of what you thought your life was supposed to look like on whatever the date is today, you know?
Right.
So just like, yeah, I think just giving yourself some like grace. That's my best advice, I think.
I love that. That's perfect. Thank you so much for joining me on this thing. For this talking didn't work. But no, thank you so much. And I hope you guys have a blast while hanging in Florida doing what you do.
We will try it. Let's do a Zoom wine and game night ourselves.
Absolutely. I found a way to download. I don't know if you've ever played Quiplash.
Yeah.
I found a way to do that on Zoom, and it's awesome.
Perfect. So, I love that. Let's definitely do that.
Yep. Okay. Wear oven mitts. Take care of your hands.
Oh, I know. I'm so stupid. Okay.
See you
Love
later.
you. Thank you.
Bye. Yeah. Bye. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me, and thank you, Shannon. It's always so fun to talk to her. She's great. If you guys don't already, follow her Instagram, Twitter, specifically YouTube. Her channel, Now This Is Living, is so awesome and inspiring. I can't wait to see what other TikToks she comes out with. But to end this, I will remind you guys, go over to the Goldberg ABC Instagram handle and follow them, because at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time today, I will be going live with John Oates from Hall & Oates. I'm so excited. He got to be featured in our episode that will be airing tonight. And I can't wait to see it, but I'm super excited to talk to him and talk about the episode. So tune into that. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to coffee cheers you guys with my I Just Can't Today mug, because that's a mood. So cheers. Love you guys. Bye.